Yeah, I got Kyle Lowry on my jersey cause I'm for the 6. Yeah, I feel like a Freddie better sign a kid. They wanted a song with
So it's up in the air. I have the turbo kit loosely sitting on there. Started sort of getting everything ready. I put my 2-bar map sensor in and my oil pressure, underneath the oil pressure sensor, the line that feeds the turbo. That's just boring stuff that you don't want to see. The extractors are out. They were absolutely horrendous to get out. You got to undo the bolts for the motor, drop the steering rack, lift the motor up, contortionist out the extractor for the driver's side. That's all done. Got a bit of coolant stuff to do. The header tank is gone. And then I have the gearbox to pull out now. So you guys don't want to watch me do that, but it is 4 o'clock. I have till 5 o'clock to pull it out. That's what the missus said. I also found something a little bit juicy in the motor. That's part of the rocker stand. And that bolt is supposed to be a little bit like that one. So I believe it's been tightened up with a rattle gun or too tight with load on the valve spring. It's just caused it to snap over time. That could have been why it was running so rough on the way home. Don't know how long it's been like that for. It sounded like it was running okay on idle. Didn't sound like it had a valve that was stuck closed. So that was a bit weird, unless it runs really smoothly and the choppy idle was because of that. Who knows? Reason I knew the valve was staying closed is when I pulled the manifold off to do the oil pressure switch line, I seen that port was full of fuel. I said, okay, what have we got here? We have a valve that is not opening. So pulled that rocker cover off and seen, yeah, it was snapped, and got to do a bit of extraction on that, on the head there. Pull that bolt out. I've got new stand and all new bolts coming, the hex head bolts. So, and we'll tighten them up properly this time, I hope. So in about 45 minutes, you should have that sitting on the ground backwards. That part there, or rather, the shifter, don't forget to take that off, otherwise it'll be very difficult to get out. And you'll have to ask your daughter to get you the socket set while you're sitting there and like doing these ones, like full butt clench, trying to hold the box up because you're sitting head here, body down, legs down this way, holding it up. And then you got to get it undone, and then probably your father's brother. But yeah, gearbox is out, extractors are out, and T400 here can go in.
So, we're putting the flex plate in. SFI rated, not the standard one. We have ARP 244 2901 bolts. Oh, hello transmission. We have Loctite, and we will start putting these in. Put your flex plate on, do your bolts up. Here's a cool trick that I learned. So, flex plate bolts to converter. Excuse me. My one-armed bricklaying bag down. I should have done this before I put the flex plate on. Makes it easier. Do the flex plate bolts up. And then centerbore that out so you have a size that'll go through there, and then you can get your bolts in. This is how I'm doing it. Yeah, darling. Just check the back of the stump, make sure you're not getting too close to the top of it. Not that you will. Almost fits through there. So keep going a little bit more. Go get myself a bigger stepper drill. That's what it looks like from the other side. I have drilled my hole. And as you can see, you can see my finger. So instead of dropping your starter motor and having to go through there to get your bolts done up, and these are recessed, so it's not flat, it actually dips down, so I was scared that I wouldn't be able to get a spanner on it. So you drill through here, be mindful that obviously you have your side of your plate here, so you don't want to drill up to there because obviously it's your oil gallery. Not oil gallery, but your oil retaining device, your sump, aka. Let me just spin this a little bit. There we go. So in Rectimus theorem, so yeah, I can do the back there. And if I can get my socket through there, that's what you'll end up with, heaps of shit. But yeah, my fresh 383. Time to put the box in. So we got the shifter in. Feeling all mint. Gotta put all that back together. It's all in. And I've got to get longer converter bolts, as the other ones aren't long enough anymore due to the fact that the flex plate is actually thicker. I've got my speedo drive in there. Really, really good item for making your original speedo work. Realistically, all I have to do is get my cross member, bolt that in, and that's done. I'll change over my tail shafts, and then weld my wastegate onto here or extend it. Then I can basically bolt the hot side in and then they're done. Then into cooler piping. Oh yeah, baby. My DSK Fab parts rocked up. So DSK Fab, local shop out of Victoria, I believe. T400 cross member to suit VT to VZ. The shifter plate, VT, VZ. Trans mount, T400. And the tail shaft hoop. So if you're going to be doing a conversion, T400 and that, just go straight to DSK Fab, make your life 10 times easier. Honestly, you just buy it all off him and then just put it in and you know it's going to work and you know it's right and you know it looks good. So that's the route I went, and I've used him on the Ute before as well. And obviously with a new car and I needed new stuff for the T400. And I just went straight back to him, didn't even think twice about it, straight back to DSK Fab. So shout out to DSK Fab for this. Made life 10 times easier for me, and they're just so simple and easy to deal with. Legend. Cheers for that, mate. All right, so I've taken out all the AC compressor, which is over here. So AC condenser, compressors down there, all the power steering ones, power steering pulley pump, and reservoir, all gone. Plenty of room in the engine bay now. Plenty more room in the engine bay. More room for an intercooler down there. Still filming on the front of my camera. Back one's broken. Now we can move on to the next thing. I highly recommend ARP exhaust bolts. They go in like butter and they're just the best. Something like that at least. And new MLS gaskets, not composite. So I'll hang these manifolds, get the turbo into position. That way we can mock up for wastegate position and whatnot. This right here, huge sigh of relief. So I had broken rocker post bolt. Obviously there's your standard one and there's the broken one. So I opted for the hex head, change all of them out, and gonna torque them down properly at the bottom of the base cam of the base circle of the cam instead of just winding them down. So let's get to it. Hey boy. Welcome Kelly Groundwater. Rudely interrupting me. That's all right. Though the manifolds, oh my goodness, they're so easy to get on. You can't even see that side. V-band, everything, so much easier with this kit compared to my last kit. Just a breeze. I've had to weld my wastegate on, nice and tight there. Can weld, not. Just got the dump pipe to make up next. But the KillaBoost kit, honestly, made life so much easier compared to my last turbo kit. So clean, everything clears. Obviously, with the 4-into-1s, as he states, you have to take out your AC pipe or reroute it. But just, you can get to your spark plugs, you can get to all your bolts easy as. You can drop your kids' stuff while you're feeding them, while you're filming a video. Honestly, I could not recommend KillaBoost stuff anymore. Like, I was underneath the car, took me 4.5 seconds to put the crossover on. It's just so easy, it's not even funny. So, massive shout out to Darcy. He was also so easy to deal with. He made life 10 times easier by explaining things to me when I was like, what, should I go for a 4-into-1? Should I go for a entry style?
He spoke to me about my needs, and I always see him on Facebook on the LS Turbo pages, always willing to lend a hand. He's an absolute legend, and I'd love to support Darcy. So he made life easy for me, and he's a top bloke. So if you're ever in need for a turbo kit for a VZ or any Commodore, really, he makes it for any Commodore. So make sure you jump on to KillaBoost, have a chat to him. He's a down-to-earth bloke. He makes full-on kits, like entry-level kits. So he'll come with all the intercooler piping, your wastegate, your turbo, the whole lot. Just, if you need something, KillaBoost Manifolds. I also can't wait to see what type of power this makes. It's relatively, obviously this is a 383, and we can't do a comparison on my old motor with a different turbo setup, which is what we were going to do. But now, obviously, it's a 383, so it's a bit of a different ball game. But the good thing is we have a base tune of 300 kilowatts, or just shy of 300. I think it was about 290 with the old dyno papers. It'll be good to see what a KillaBoost kit actually adds to this 383. What type of power figures we're going to be getting on what type of boost. Obviously going to be E85 to be on the safer side of things. So with obviously a fuel change and adding boost, I'll be keen to see what the KillaBoost kit can actually achieve for the price you pay and the quality of it. So I'm keen to see that. Here I've started to mock up my intercooler piping. Cannot TIG weld to save myself, but I'm giving it a go. Found out some errors that I was doing the other day. Got a couple of tips. I was using too large of a tungsten rod apparently, and not enough gas pressure. So we'll see. Obviously gaps don't help when you're TIG welding without filler rod, but let's see how much nicer we can get to. It's the first time I ever TIG welding. Can MIG weld, but TIG welding is not my strong spot. So went for the Race Series Aeroflow intercooler, which is a nice one, which is 100 by 300 by 600. Went for a VZ radiator. It's got the Borg-Warner S475 with the T6 flange. KillaBoost 4-into-1 manifolds with a DSK fab. Trans cross member and shifter mount. It's got the T400 with the B&M shifter. Got the Aeroflow trans cooler. Aeroflow 60mm wastegate. Aeroflow fittings all throughout. You can see all the fittings here. It's just Aeroflow stuff all around. So the three main shout outs are definitely KillaBoost, DSK Fab, and obviously Aeroflow. Big shout out to those three guys. Makes my life 10 times easier to build this car. So glad you guys could be a part of it with me. And let's run some numbers at the track. Got presents. Yeah, her presents. Warning, performance enhancing technology inside. Hello, IC7 and Mako Dash Surround. Keen for that. Quality, absolute quality. It's what you want. Absolute quality is all you want. So we've got the three mounts there. 3 screw holes there. Bing bong, bamboozle. Robert is your father's brother. I just got rid of it just then. Oh. Anyway, so that's all set up basically. It's even got my kilometers in there. Got the e-boost hung under here. I'm going to get the auto surround, which has the 2 buttons on either side. But I have my trans cooler and my dog's run away. Look how cute it is. So tiny. Ready for it? And the, listen to it. Oh, jet. Sounds like a jet. Power steering. So if I turn that off, turns the trans cooler and power steering off. Probably shouldn't be on the same circuit, but it is. Who cares? Whinge about it. And this one, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. Trans brake. But I reckon this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, oh, I've already blown a indicator light again. That's annoying. But look at this. Handbrake. It used to have an e-boost too. And now it's got the street.
Comment if you reckon you should put a clock in there.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking
dirty old analog
grandfather clock.
Yeah.
And that's staying.
Nah, it's not.
Oh god. So that's my intercooler piping, which is Benjamin Button.
And that's my wife.
That's the new turbo, so it's an S480. It's the Pro Boost or something like that. Shout out to my man Jakey for that. So I don't know if we've seen wastegate position. So this is where I welded my wastegate in. So it's very, very tight because I went a 60mm gate, should have went a 50. That's up for discussion with Pete. He likes it for the application of getting rid of the air that we don't want, which is true. But the 50mm does the job, but the 60mm will do it better. It's just a lot harder to put in this application when you're me and you don't have time and resources. Wastegate pipe comes out. You can see it like dog legs that way and then goes down there. And that's the end of it right there. So it points out at the bottom of the car. My dump pipe welding skills are absolutely horrendous. Have a look at them. You don't have to be a good welder. I was rushing. That's what I'm always going to say. I'm always going to say that when something looks shit, I was rushing. But you know what? It works. Whinge about it.
Yeah.
Whinge about it. No, go now.
Come do better.
Seriously, right now. Whinge about it.
Whinge.
And I'm leaving you time to whinge about it.
By whinging we mean...
Oh, that looks disgusting. My brother can weld better. Whinge.
Where is he?
Yeah.
He's not here. Where's your brother?
Does he have a turbo LS clubby?
Where's your brother?
That you paid fucking next to nothing for? No. I didn't pay anything for this. I swapped an SS Ute for it.
What are you going to do
This
with
is
it?
a 383. What are you going to do with it? Whinge right now.
Where are you?
I'm leaving you.
Can't see you. You or your brother. Can't see you.
Here's a spoon. It's actually a phone, but here's a spoon. So you can eat my ass. Anyway. So, the good thing is, when I can be fucked to take this off, I can exhaust wrap it, and then no one can whinge about how terrible my welds are.
But only the exhaust wrapping skills.
Exactly.
And by whinging we mean liking.
Yeah, we like, subscribe, share, comment, make us millionaires so we can just... I'll drive this if I get 1 million subscribers. I'll drive this into a wall at 100 k's an hour. For 10 likes, I'll do it.
I'll do it for free.
Whinge about it. Anyway.
Where's your brother?
Yeah. Look at that.
That's perfect.
You know what people should do about that?
Whinge about it.
Whinge about it.
Where's your brother?
Yeah. This here is the relay for the transcooler. Whinge about it. This is where my power steering pump is.
Oh, don't show his build number or VIN. No, where's the VIN?
The vine. So that's where...
Oh, quick release front bar.
Yeah, it doesn't have screws in it. So that's where it is. Like, tucked amongst the intercooler piping. So it's pretty tight in there. I've had to take my fog light out. That's frustrating.
You do that with every car you own. Take a fog light
But
out.
that one's in. There's no
You got one more than you use.
Oh, the Ute got sold as well. The guy that bought the Ute from me has now sold it on. And another guy owns it now.
Unreal. That's exactly what the viewers want to hear.
Well, some of them probably like, where'd the Ute go?
If you're that dude that come to me in Kingston and said, I love your stuff, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, that's cool. That's like the first time I've ever heard that. But I wasn't there.
Okay.
And obviously everyone knows I keep this YouTube channel going. And then Slapper keeps it going when I'm not doing anything.
And then when I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything.
So the reason why it has the yucky wheels on it, not the drag wheels, rear brake's too big. So I have to put smaller brakes on the back of it before we can put my drag wheels, per se, my 15-inch wheels back on. So, but apart from that, it's running, driving, the whole lot. It just needs a proper tune. He's zooming on it. You can see it used to be two-tone too. Look at that. Someone put a wrap on it and two-toned it. That's lovely. So hopefully next time you see this, you'll be with my lovely, lovely tall friend, Kit Hunter, on the dyno. He'll be sitting in the seat where I sit.
Kid, don't fart in it.
Fart in it. Keen for that, for Kit to sit in mine. He's not going to know what he says he's sick. He doesn't have a 6-second fail or anything.
What's going to hit him is a tetanus shot.
Oh, what's going to hit him is the roof line and he'll vomit all over the dash. I'm like, come on, kid, my new dash, dude. And he'll be like, I don't care. No, he's not like that. He's pretty cute. Anywho, That should do it.
That should do it. So whinge about it, share it, like it, subscribe it.
Comment where's your brother. If you got this far, comment where's your brother.
Please do it. Just do it. Like you've watched the whole video, just comment. It takes you half a second. Where's your brother?
I want to see at least.
I'm trying to drive it.
I want to see at least 20. Where's your brother?
Yeah,
That'll do it.
yeah.
Who are you saying thanks to?
Thanks to DSK Fab. Thanks to KillaBoost. Love their shit. And obviously Aeroflow.
Aeroflow's the daddy.
I want a tail light.
Shout out if you got tail light.
Yeah.
Also, you know what we're about.
Keeping the black dog away from nipping at your heels. So, call your mate. Shout out. If you need help, talk to us if you need to. Line's always open.
We're not an emergency support line, but
No, but
if you
hey,
have
if you ever want to have a chat, if you ever need to have a chat, just hit us up. I like to talk to people. I find it cool talking to people that are like-minded and like.
you're not going to annoy us if you talk to us.
Yeah. I annoy other people. People don't annoy me.
There you go. That's at it.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I got Kyle Lowry on my jersey cause I'm for the six. Yeah, I feel like a Freddie better sign the kid. They wanted